games, winning by more than 15 points, and they did it with offense, scoring 125 on average. But now Denver gets home, Pepsi Center, let's roll. Jokic in his barn. Let's see if we can get back in this series. This game opened even. Now you look Golden State's a slight favorite. What are the keys to this one?
Yeah, opened even, and you called it. If you believe that this Denver team can win one of these games in this series, which I'm reluctant on, this is the game that they do it. And the key is pretty simple. This is not a very good basketball team with all the injuries they have. They have one superstar. He's going to be the MVP. Nikola Jokic has to basically be LeBron James in the 2016 NBA Finals. 60 points, rebounds, and assists combined, and get some offensive help from someone like Will Barton, and probably get an off-shooting night from Steph Curry and or Klay Thompson. They need a lot of help from their star and a lot of help from the Warriors to compete in this game.
All right, so we know Jokic has to be great, right? No, he's got to keep his calm. He's got to be great. He's got to put up numbers. He's got to do it in all kinds of facets of the game. Everything runs through him. But he can't do it alone. Who's the Denver Nugget that is most likely to step up and give him enough help if I tell you and we come back tonight and Denver has won this game, got back in the series?
I'll give you two. One actually is Jokic, but it's him controlling his temper. You saw in the last game him getting angry, frustrated, Draymond Green getting in his head. What that did is that projects to all of his teammates, I don't believe in this team. I don't think we can do it. I'm giving up after 2 games. I'm frustrated. The other guy that I'm looking at is Will Barton. He's been around. This is a guy who's a part of that culture that Mike Malone's brought up. They need a 25-point scoring night from that guy because there is no Michael Porter Jr., there is no Jamal Murray. Someone else needs to step up. For me, he's the best bet to do it.
Can I read the Jokic frustration as I care? As opposed to I'm giving up, like this matters to me, and I care.
I think it's both.
I feel I'm getting screwed by the officials, and I'm not going down easy, and I want that fire from him.
There's a fine line, and my read of it, and I think his teammates' read of it is, yeah, he cares, and he feels like he looks around, there's no help, and the fact is the Warriors are way too good. Steph Curry's back. Draymond's playing great defense on him. Yeah, he cares. You just got to channel it in a way that's anger and not, I'm so frustrated, I'm mad as hell, and I don't think we can do it anymore.
Mm-hmm. To quote the old movie Back to School, Rodney Dangerfield, he's a teacher. He really cares. About what? I have no idea. All right, here you go. This has really been a top-heavy lineup for Golden State, right? When you look at it, when they've had those guys in the lineup, it has just been open season there on Denver. Plus 29, that's going to get it done every time. All right, I want winners, right? You can say it any way you want to say it. And we have the guys to get it done for you. Bill Reiter, our NBA dean here. Kenny White, the Wizard of Odds. He's out in Vegas, our professional. Golden State given 2 in Denver. This game opened even. It has obviously shifted. I assume that means Kenny money's come in on Golden State because they're now a 2-point favorite. The over-under is 223. What do you want to do with this one, Kenny?
Yeah, I like the Golden State Warriors. I still think they're the far better basketball team in this series. Talk about the Denver Nuggets, and if it wasn't for Nikola Jokic, this team would be a well below average basketball team. I've got Jokic now worth 7.5 points to the bang line. I only have Denver a 103.5, so 3.5 points better than average. Without them, they'd be a 96. Golden State right now, with everybody back, I have them the number 1 team in the NBA at a 111.5 rating. I have an 8-point difference between the two, and when the visitor is that much greater than the home team, I give very little home advantage in this game. Even though it's 2-0, I think Golden State will win Game 3.
Quick follow. Do you at all add points because of altitude? I mean, I know they're used to it, they do it, but still, they're not there every day, and they go up in the mountains. We talk about home and floor and crowd and all that. Do you do anything for altitude?
Yeah, that factors into their my home advantage for the Nuggets. But again, when the visitor is the better team, they really can't take advantage of that. The altitude comes into effect against bad teams because bad teams use excuses why they lose games. Great teams don't use excuses.
I'm going to cut that off, and that's going to be my 15-year-old's wake-up alarm now for in the future. Kenny White saying, "Get up and go to school." All right, who's going to school tonight with this one? Golden State, a 2-point favorite. They're on the highway. It's 223 is the total. I have 1 vote for Golden State. Are we all in favor?
And I want to hit your altitude question. It's a great question. That's a real thing, just not as much in the postseason, because the reality is that when you're playing back-to-backs and 4 and 5s, or you're on the grind, it can be a little bit more of an impact physically. This is stretched out. They have more time to get there and to get acclimated. I'm with Kenny. I mean, I looked at this line. I think the Warriors should be somewhere in the -5 to -7 range. They are far superior. They are the best team. You and I discussed this, and Kenny just hit it. They're the best team in the NBA now with the injuries of other squads. And I guess the impolite way to put it is, even with Nikola Jokic, with the rest of players that are missing, this Denver Nuggets team is a dumpster fire. It's just what they are, and we've seen that in their performances. I love the Warriors in this game.
Look, we've seen NFL players who can't play in Denver.
Yes.
Because of health concerns. It's a real thing.
It is a real thing. So having covered the NBA, I didn't buy it until I went there, and I'm not an athlete, and I was exhausted, probably from, I was younger, maybe drinking a little bit too much the night before, but the altitudes, it's a real deal, and Kenny's right. The Warriors have been around the block. It's full of veterans. These games are spread out. They're not playing a bunch of games back-to-back or 3 and 4, 3 and 5 nights, and the Warriors are a great basketball team. This Nuggets team is not a particularly good basketball team.
All right, well, the face of the Warriors is Steph Curry. We had health, not sure what we were going to get coming in, came off the bench. He has really exploded. Now, they've scored 125 points on average in the first two games. I don't know if they're going to get there again. But what's your best Steph Curry prop? Is now the time to switch and go under on him? Do you want to, double down and go over on him? The points are 23.5, but you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, it's a couple points higher than last time. I went over last time on Steph and won that bet fairly comfortably.
Yep.
Yeah, so I had actually heard that Steph Curry was going to play more minutes. They were going to ramp him up. They've just made that official in the last 30 or 40 minutes. He's going to get more minutes. It's against the Denver Nuggets team that's not very good defensively. It's not like Nikola Jokic can go out there and guard Steph, and Steph needs to ramp up. Curry needs to get where we've seen him in the past for this team to do what they want to do. I think he takes a lot of shots. I think he has a huge night. I think the emergence of Jordan Poole actually helps him because there's just more opportunities for him to move the ball. Unlike most shooters, he moves the ball and then gets the ball back and has these opportunities for pretty good looks. I love the over on Steph.
Good analysis there. Kenny White, what do you want to do with Steph Curry? What's your top Curry prop?
Yeah, Bill, I'm going under in his points tonight, and still, it's the minutes for me. On the year, Curry at home, 26 points per game median. On the road, 24. So he's down a couple points. And I went back and I took all of his games he played between 27 and 30 minutes this year, which I don't think he gets that many. I think he gets to 25, 26 minutes. But those games he played between 27 and 30 minutes, on the road, 18 points was his median points. And coming off a great game, I think he may take a step back tonight. I'm going under the 23.5.
All right, what about when we get to the big fella, right? This is really the interesting guy for me. Because you got to figure, if you're Denver, if you're going to go down, you got to go down with 1-5 being the focal point. But it's not like the line makers don't know this too. They have raised it. He's at 51.5 for points, rebounds, assists added together. He's at 29.5 for points. We have rebound numbers. We have assist numbers. You want to go over, under? What do you want to do with Jokic? Your best prop, Kenny.
Yeah, the last game I went under with him, and it was, I think it opened 45.5 and was bet up to 50.5. I went under 50.5, and I checked at the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter, and he had 41 at that point, and I thought, oh boy, I have no shot. Well, I said to myself, well, I guess I do. He has 4 fouls. So when you're betting under, you could win by foul trouble. And then I also thought, well, Golden State's starting to build a lead. If they get up 20-25, they could pull him out and rest him. And then all of a sudden, the unbelievable happened. He gets ejected from the game. So another reason to bet under. But tonight, I'm not doing that because we've got a mad joker on our hands tonight. And this guy's going to come out on fire. I think he's going to be a one-man show. He'll keep his team in this game as long as he can, and then talent prevails. But in high-minute games this year, Bill and EK, 37 to 43 minutes, 57.5 points, rebounds, and assists is his median. I think you're going to see a joker in that range tonight.
Is there a case to be made against Jokic? And would you go on the total of the 51.5 points, rebounds, assists, or do you want to attack one particular aspect of that?
There is a case to be made. It makes me nervous because I don't like fading Kenny. I'll fade Nikola Jokic. I'll fade LeBron James. I'll fade any superstar. I don't really want to fade Kenny White, but I actually see it very differently. We talk so much about the Golden State Warriors and what they do offensively. We know Steph Curry and Jordan Poole's emerged and Klay Thompson. This is the best defensive team in the NBA, bar none, period. It's stats, it's facts, it's what they do. And they're markedly better when Draymond Green plays. He only played a little more than half their games. So he's in. This is a great defensive game. They've held Jokic to, 25 points per game in that range over the first couple. And I think Jokic being angry, mad as hell, ejected, to me, what I see is him losing his cool, letting Draymond Green get under his skin. He requires a little bit of help to do what he does because he's a distributor as well. He's a triple-double machine. I voted for the guy for MVP. I don't think he's that valuable tonight. I think 29.5 is way too much against a Warriors defense that is criminally underrated.
Now, keep in mind, you can both win, right? He can score 28 points, have a bunch of rebounds and assists. You can both win. So this is not a head-to-head bet per se, although there's one over and one under. They're different bets. All right, well done on this game. Those are your selections. Here's your recap. And again, on that Jokic prop, those are not head-to-head. I mean, if he scores 27 points and has, 14 assists and 15 rebounds, that's going cash over. I didn't do the math out of my head, but you get the point there. They will go head-to-head with Steph Curry, 23.5 the number. Kenny says it's simply a minutes thing, and they both like the Warriors. Again, that opened even. The public has been on the Warriors. Money has moved to the Warriors. Sometimes we like to go reverse line movement and go against where the public's going, and not in this case. Golden State, say our experts.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.